Hey, welcome back here, everybody. We're bringing you some more League of Legends playoff action here from the state of Arkansas. And we're going to have the Arkansas School for Mathematics, the Science, and the Arts versus Don Tyson. And we're entering the draft right now. Woo Pal is on here with me. We're going to be spectating this match and commentating it for you. So we'll get right into some draft analysis here.
And if you think about these two teams here, Fooey, and right off the bat, we get a Jin band and a Nautilus band. No surprise. These two teams know each other well. And there's the Zeri band. They are going to, ADC for ASMSA is I'm Genting, and the young man is extremely talented. So they are looking like they're gonna knock him out first.
They're going through this ban list real quick, and they're going to ban the Aatrox for Don Tyson there too, and that's a really smart move. I've seen that Aatrox in action, Woo Pal, and it is nasty. Whoever plays that in the top lane there for Don Tyson, very, very lethal on the Aatrox.
Absolutely, yeah. Both these teams have just such a large champion pool they can play from. It's hard to ban all of the ones that they're good at, so you just gotta kind of pick the ones that you know for sure that they can really roll with.
Yeah, and I like the Olaf pick here coming out. He has just been reworked, has a really nasty shield, and it's based off how much health he has missing. So if you can't control him as far as CC, everything that I've seen online so far with this patch says if you don't have CC for Olaf, then you need to run from him.
Absolutely, and you're right about that. And plus, he's hard to kill. You know, he gets that ultimate going down, and it's rough.
Yeah, and they extended the duration of that ultimate too. As long as you're landing auto attacks, his ultimate keeps going.
That's awful. So yeah, you're right. Once he gets rolling, it can really span out really quick.
Yeah. And they're going to bring a Diana in here to counter that. I like that pick. Diana, I think that's probably going to be jungle. It could be mid lane, but the Diana jungle is still really good since they introduced that into the game.
Absolutely, yeah. Diana's a very powerful champion. Like you said, either jungle or mid lane. Man, looks like right now, Don Tyson is going for survivability. Vladimir, Riven, and Olaf. Those are three champions that are pretty difficult to kill.
Yeah, Vlad does so much healing. It's really hard to deal with, and it's really annoying to play against. I mean, because he's got so much healing coming in there, and you go in on him or go all in to take him out, and you just can't quite get him because he just has so much health coming back to him.
Absolutely.
Now I'm angry.
Okay, a Silas pick. No surprise there. Silas is a very strong champion right now. He's pretty much a meta pick, so no surprise there.
Yeah,
okay, it's another All-Star ban. That's a good one. They're trying to limit that CC right here, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and their player from Don Tyson in that top lane really likes playing tanks. So I think they're really going to try going at that top lane's really strong, Woo Pal.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, I love watching these two teams. They both have really strong lanes across the board, but the top lane especially.
I'm curious to see who they're going to pair with the Xayah down in the bottom lane. Xayah is also very strong bottom lane, very nice ultimate for burst damage. So I'm curious, since how we don't have the Nautilus on the table, that's been a staple through these playoffs. I'm curious to see what they choose to bring down there.
With the Xayah pick, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Rakan into this.
You know, that actually would be a really nice, really solid pick, I think.
It would. I mean, Xayah and Rakan go well together. I mean, of course, they're paired champions. Rakan has some really nice knock-up himself, and of course, the Malphite. I'm not surprised to see the Malphite at all. That champion is strong, of course, right now as well, and sets up team fights so well.
Yeah, we saw a really, really strong Malphite jungle in our last cast that we did. Was very, very powerful. Definitely dictated the game. And we're going to see a Kog'Maw and Lulu in the bottom lane, and I like that pick. I think the Lulu is the one that was banned out in the previous match that we watched and commentated. So I think they're gonna be a little give and take there. They're not going to let the ADC have what they want, but the support, I believe, is going to get the pick that's the comfort pick for them.
Absolutely, yeah, and I like the Nami pick as well. Besides her healing, the bubble, of course, I've got a little CC there. Her Q ability, of course, is I'm sorry, not a Q, but her R. You know, her ultimate is the wave, which kind of clears, kind of provides some space as well. So this draft here is going to be extremely interesting.
Yeah, we just got a couple more seconds for this to kick off, and we'll have the spectator delay. We're going to bring in the coach from Arkansas School for Mathematics, Science, and Arts, and we're going to have him on, and that's going to be Chris Martinez, and we're going to let him talk about his team here in this 3-minute delay. So let me go ahead and see if I can get him on the line with us.
Absolutely.
And what are we looking for here in this matchup today, Wu Pal, as far as what players are you really watching out for, you think?
Man, you know, this stage of the game, there's so many strong players. You know, all 10 of these young student athletes here, they're just so good at this game. They're so good organization. They work together so well. But, you know, just look at the draft here. I always go to that Malphite. The Malphite always provides so much team fight ability. I do like the Riven. I think that's a pretty good counter for the Malphite. I think the Riven can keep Malphite busy in the top lane for sure. And I really want to see these junglers. They both have you know, of course, a lot of damage, and I could see them roaming quite a bit in this game. So it's going to be good to see how this one matches up.
Hey, we got the coach in here, Wu Pal. Welcome to the stream, Coach Chris Martinez.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, thanks for coming on the stream with us. We really appreciate it. Just wanted to get kind of your input on this match before it happens. Congratulations on making it this far into the playoffs. It's awesome. Can we get you to just tell us a little bit about your esports program there at the school?
So they've been we've had an esports program for a couple years now, but nobody really like full time coached it or kept it kind of going. It was always like a different person every semester. So I came on last semester, and we just kind of just started out like it was like a fresh start for everybody, and then all new players and stuff like that. And so we I think we played this team last year in either the top 16 or the top 8, and that's where we went last year, well, or last semester. That's where we ended, was against them. But so we're excited today.
All right, Coach. Hey, can you tell us a little bit about the Cyber Dolphin? I'm curious about the mascot. Looked it up because we did play against your David Putty fan club at
Yeah,
one point. I really love
you're
that
right.
name.
Yeah,
Tell your kids that, by the way. I
yeah,
just thought that was awesome. But can you tell
yeah.
us
They
a
were
little bit
proud of
about the
that.
Cyber Dolphin?
So it's actually our mascot's just the dolphin, but I think a couple years ago, or it might have been more than a couple now, but they had voted on to have it as a like a side part of it. I'm not really sure. I had asked before and I can't remember what the answer was, but that's just like a variant of the mascot we have. The normal one's just a regular dolphin, I think.
Okay, so you've been running the program for a year now.
Just last semester and this semester.
Okay. Well, hey, thank you for what you do for esports. And can you tell us just maybe something uh, with one of your students or something that sticks out to you that's happened since you've taken over the program and been running it that kind of means something to you?
Well, like last semester, they just started out when we just started out with league. They were pretty disconnected with each other. Like they didn't really play well together. But throughout the whole semester, it really came together. They move as a great team now, and then coming into this semester, and it's just they're just even better. They're just I don't think they could lose to anybody, honestly.
It
Hey,
And we'll see
shows.
today.
hey, we will see. Hey, Coach, the game's just about loaded in here. Hey, thank you for talking with us. I really appreciate it. We're going to commentate your team's match, and good luck to you all out there on the Rift.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Fui, I think it's pretty impressive that a team can make it this far, against this kind of talent that we've seen in the state of Arkansas and League of Legends, and have that many coaching changes and such. So, big shout out to these student athletes for sticking with it, and Coach Chris for picking up the slack there and running the program. I think that's really impressive.
Yeah, that speaks volumes about Coach Chris there coming in, taking over a program, and he pretty much just told us right there, hey, I just rebooted the whole thing. Kudos to him for that. For his kids to be in here competing at this high of a level speaks volumes about him and what he's doing with this program.
So if we on the Twitch feed, sir, if you would switch it back to the...
Oh, hang on just a second.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm there. I did switch it, but I switched it to the wrong one.
Hey, I know how it goes, man. There's too much to keep up with.
Hey, now we can get into the game part. Look here. I don't think we're going to have an invade here. It looks like everybody's just going to be kind of content to stay on their side of the river and kind of just wait for the leash and wait for the action to start.
Absolutely. Yep. Looks like everyone's cool with that. And I'm I say that. I don't know. There's some pinging going on there in the river. They may be looking at a little something after all. No, they're good. Just looking for the leash.
Yeah, and both those leashes are going to go off at about the same pace there. So nice job on the leash from both teams there.
It's been a long time since I've watched a Silas play Vladimir in the mid lane. I'm really excited to see how these two match up and how this battle goes in the mid lane.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really got my eye on this ADC down here in the bottom lane, Wu Pao, just because of the game I watched before. This I'm Genting is very, very deadly down here, and I'm just curious to see how this gameplay works out, especially against the Malphite. Oh, that's not Malphite down there. Oh, I got that wrong. Cogmaw. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think probably in the bottom lane we'll probably see starting off. There'll be some trading, of course, back and forth, but I really think Cogmaw and Zaya both would like to kind of get fed a little bit, get some CS going, get some itemization before you see a whole lot of fighting going on down there.
Yeah, both of these teams, each lane they're going to be very smart. They know they have to get their CS. They can't afford to lose in gold to their opponent. They know they'll be taken advantage of if they can't buy items and stay in line with their opponent. So you're going to see some really awesome farming going on here.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm telling you right now, I'm just looking at this game and the games we've casted before. I am really looking at this Malphite and how team fights are getting set up. I think that's going to be a champion to watch. And on the other side, man, there's just so much survivability looking at that Riven, Olaf, Vladimir, Lulu Shields. I think what they're going to try to do possibly is just buffer for that Cogmaw, let that Cogmaw just throw out the damage.
Yeah, Cogmaw does have some really, really nice damage. He has a slow also with the poison. And we're going to have a gank up here in the top lane, Wu Pao.
Yep, they're kind of looking to set up for it a little bit.
Yep, nice job there by the Olaf. And he may get the second, and he does get the double kill. Nice job there.
Yeah, that's something that you really don't want to see happen this early. That Olaf getting double kill that early, getting first blood, getting that extra money, that is scary.
Yeah, and that I forgot to point out too. We do have Don Tyson is in the blue. Is that right, Wu Pao?
Yes, they are. Tyson's blue. ASMSA is in the red. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just want I forgot to point that out here. Don't have Chuck on here keeping me straight, Wu Pao. It could get a little dangerous on this stream.
Yeah, as we can see already, that double kill set Olaf ahead. He's already based. Got some items already, some early items, so that's going to be scary. And mid lane, oof. They've got survivability you were talking about. Vladimir is going to be hard to kill, but Silas can really pump out the damage too, so that'll be a good battle.
Silas is going to go down to the tower there, though he got a little too greedy, Wu Pao, so he wanted to get that kill really bad, but he ends up having to eat that last tower shot.
And that's what's tough. You know, on a normal champion, you can dive them and do that. But Vladimir has got so much survivability that it's going to be a tough champion to dive like that under tower.
And these players are so good. I mean, you're not going to see that in lower level play. I mean, no one's going to tower dive you at level 4 in the matches that I play in and be successful. Right. But they know exactly how many hit points they have, exactly how many hit points the tower's going to take from them, and what they can get away with.
Yeah, absolutely, they do. So we see here, you know, early lead for Don Tyson here. They're playing real well right now, playing safe, playing smart. So we'll kind of see how ASMSA can rebound from this. Olaf on the move again, the bottom lane.
Yeah, here he comes in again. This jungler's being very, very aggressive.
That's
trying to get a little poke in there on him, but hey, he you know, with getting those 2 kills, Wu-Pao, like you're talking about, he can be more aggressive because he has a lead.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Diana now is forced to somewhat stay in her jungle and try to farm really hard to get caught back up. So that just leaves Olaf the chances to do this right here. He can just roam lanes and push them out a little bit. But I will say, great job on the Xayah and the Nami of backing up and playing safe right there and not dying.
Yeah, and the Malphite got taken down by the Riven up here, but he's going to TP right back in and get right back on that tower. Nice job by the Malphite. Man, he might turn around and get this kill on the Riven.
Oh, it's going to be close. He's going to chase it. He's going to chase it down. I don't think he's going to be able to catch her. Yeah.
Nice job getting out by the Riven there. Man, I don't think it could have been any closer on that last hit there.
The Riven's going to be hard to deal with. I mean, he's you know has a kill, 2 assists, has a decent CS advantage. So if that Riven and the Olaf as well get fed together, it's gonna be hard to deal with those 2.
Yeah, and they have the Drake up here. Didn't call it right when it first dropped out, but you see that they both have vision on it, so they know what the other one can see. You know, you're going to see a real battle, I think, here for vision control during this match.
Yeah, in this game, vision is just so important, and like you said before, both of these teams are so good at getting vision and also scanning for the opponent's vision and deleting it. So this is definitely going to be a ward battle for sure in this game.
Hey, we got Diana coming down for the gank, and I'm Genting is going to go ahead and get a kill out of that. Nice job by the Diana, and then she's just going to go ahead and go over there and mop up the Kog'Maw also. Nice job. Olaf coming in, but he's just a little bit too late to do anything to turn that tide.
Yeah, that was a really, really good setup right there. Of course, Xayah does end up going down, so that does hurt a little bit, but you know, that's a trade that they're probably willing to take 2 for 1.
Yeah, but they're going to go ahead, and Silas is going to go ahead and get Vlad in mid lane right while that was going on too, Wu-Pao, so they really doubled down on that, getting both lanes there.
Oh, that's a great kill by Silas as well.
They're going to go ahead and they're going to get this Drake, so they're going to turn the tide around a little bit right here, Wu-Pao. Nice comeback.
That's a really, really just smart playing right there. You know, the Silas, I really like his pick. He picked up an early Oblivion Orb. Get that little extra damage in there, and that's, you know, he's going to need that against that Vladimir. Oh, this top lane, goodness.
Yeah, both of them are going to end up going down to that fight. They're going to trade 1 for 1 there, but man, they were fighting under that tower. We're going to have us another good slugfest in top lane.
Absolutely, and right there, yeah, I think that's Riven is fine with that. Riven's fine to take that fight and take a 1 for 1 right there. She already has a CS advantage, has the kill and assist advantage, so that's smart on the Riven. It's worth the dive on that one. something I want to point out earlier that happened. The kill that got Zai got the kill down low. I believe that was on the Lulu. Maybe I can't remember which champion she got the kill on, but that was set up by the Nami. A great Nami bubble can really set up a lot of good kills, and I think a lot of this Zai's success is going to come off that Nami.
Yeah, a really good ADC, especially at this level, is there's going to be a really good support right in their back pocket. They play together all the time. They know what each other's thinking. They probably don't even have to talk very much at this point, would be my guess, even though they probably do. But when you get to a point where you know what your ADC is going to do before they do it, that's when special things can happen in this bottom lane.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see some movement here. Oh, okay, maybe not. Everybody's going back to their lane. I thought maybe they may be setting up for something in the river there, but okay, Diana may be moving to top lane.
We got another gank coming in here. Man, and top lane's got it. Man, there's so much action here, Wupao, it's hard for me to keep up with.
It is.
Diana's going to get that dive in the top lane, so nice job. But now we got Olaf coming down the river here too, Wupao. This could get interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be a slugfest for sure.
Yeah.
And Silas moving to the bottom lane. It's going to be.
Man, nice job by the Olaf coming in there and targeting the ADC. Like he went straight for that Xayah. He wasn't going for anything else. He didn't care what anything else is going on in that lane. I promise you, he was like a heat-seeking missile going for that Xayah.
Yeah. Absolutely, he knows. Take out the damage, and the support's going to fall as well. So another great double kill by the Olaf.
Man, this is a little bit different than what I thought we were going to see, Wupao. I really thought we'd see a lot more safe play and maybe trying to fill each other out. But, you know, Coach Chris did mention that they played each other in the fall. And, man, they're coming out just with killer instinct here. I mean, just going at each other. I love this matchup.
I do, too. You know, the early lead, of course, excuse me, Don Tyson had the early lead. Everything was looking really strong for them, and ASMA was just kind of like, "Hey, just hang on a minute, give us a little time." You know, Diana gets some kills, Zai gets some kills, mid lane's looking good, and they're right back in this game. This is a dead even match at the moment.
Yeah, and look how even they are on gold there, Wupao. I mean, that's almost amazing to me. They've swapped this many kills, and they're almost dead even on gold.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are they're so incredible right here. Everybody, even the CS is even. Gosh, here I go again. Another dive in the bottom lane.
Yep, and he's going to get the Diana on the Olaf there, man. I'm telling you, since they reworked the Olaf and gave him that shield that scales based off his missing health, I mean, he was already hard enough to deal with anyway, but just adding that to it, it's almost not fair.
Yeah, it really is. It's hard to deal with him. You know, Olaf already is not scared to fight low health, and that shield just makes it worse.
So that's where their support's going to come in. Their support or whoever has some CC is going to have to get on him. But the problem with that is when he ultimates, you know, he's unstoppable. So it really he's just doubled down on terrorizing this bottom lane.
Absolutely.
We got dual gore drinkers over here, one on the Olaf, one on the Riven for Don Tyson. We got a Rift Maker over here on the Diana, so we're got an Eclipse on the Xayah, so we got 4 legendaries out on the playing field already.
Yeah, it's about that time for the mythics to be completed on a lot of these champions. And the Eclipse on the Xayah, that just tells me that Xayah's they're wanting some kill. They're wanting some kill pressure.
Yeah, they're gonna break out the Rift Herald here in the mid lane, Wupao, and it looks like they may get this tower off that, and they do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice job there by ASMSA. Getting that mid tower, that's going to allow them to get pressure. They already have good pressure with their bottom lane anyway because their ADC and support are so strong. But now that they're going to get that shove in there, that's going to let them dictate a little bit here for the next couple of minutes on the Rift.
Yeah, it does, and it also kind of hurts the Olaf a little bit. It kind of hurts his ability to move freely Now they have a little more vision there in the mid lane. So yeah, really good use there of the Herald.
Yeah, and the Vlad's going to go in there and get the kill, so nice job by the Vladimir. That really evens things up for him. He's going to put him at 2-2-1, so nice job.
It's typically these teams, like when you get to this stage, it's just even trades. Like it's very rare that one team just snowballs. It's always, there's a give and take somewhere on the map, always going on.
Yeah, and here comes that Olaf right back in the bottom lane again. He's going right for the Xayah. Like I said, that support's going to have to step in there and help out the ADC. Nice ultimate there by the ADC. Wow. Very nice play.
Timing.
Perfect timing. If that ultimate doesn't go off right then, he's toast.
But, the Vlad, golly, just such good play by the Vladimir too. He can kind of get under towers a little more with his abilities and picks that Xayah off.
Man, nice job by the Silas mopping up the enemy jungler there.
And that's a huge pick for the Silas. Huge pick.
Yeah, and that's going to allow them to get in here and get this Drake loop out.
Absolutely. Between the Drake and that pick on the enemy jungler, that Silas just got a boatload of cash.
Yeah, and I suspect he'll be back in here real soon to spend that. And there he goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to the bank, baby. Yeah, very nice job on that team play there. They had to jockey for a long time, really, there in the river to try to get that and to get that set up. They got the play they wanted. They got the Olaf. That's very, very good for them. And just very nice team play. Super map awareness there. Nice job by the Xayah on the ultimate. That just all played together there with Pal. Everybody did their part.
Absolutely, and we see everybody's mythics coming online now. I really like the Malphites pick, Frostfire Gauntlet. The Silas picked up an Everfrost, so they're really going for these slows. They're really trying to make that team fight to where they can keep everybody right in front of them, where that damage can really be put on them a little bit. The Nami, of course, picks up the Mandate, which is only going to help that Xayah dish out more damage.
I like the pickup of the Frostfire Gauntlet by the Malphite. That just gives him a little more CC and a little more slowing on his enemy there, but it also gives him AoE damage on top of the AoE damage he already does. So I like that Frostfire pickup there.
I do too. That's the top lane now is starting to move, and this is where it's going to get interesting. Both Riven and the Malphite can really change a team fight, and we're going to start seeing them get some movement here, and I'm curious what's going to happen. There's a Malphite ult. That's going to be hard to get out of that.
Yeah, nice job by the Vlad and the Diana there. Man, they worked great together there, Wu-Pal.
Absolutely.
Really nice chemistry between those two, pulling off that fight there. We're going to have double ultimates coming out down here, triple ultimates coming out down here in the bottom lane, and we got Olaf going right back after that ADC again. Man, he is just relentless down here in this bottom lane. A nice job by Olaf. Here's another back and forth. He's going to mop up that kill and get a double there. So nice comeback by him, but man, he is really babysitting this bottom lane down here, Wu-Pal.
Well, I think that was probably from the get-go, that was what they wanted to do. They knew that they had to control this Xayah. They knew they had to kind of shut her down and keep her busy in the bottom lane, kind of help the other lanes have some ability to push out and such. So, yeah, you're right. Good job on him. He's 7-1-3 right now. That is a very strong Olaf.
Yeah, and kudos to them for having the awareness and knowing what they want to do. They're trying to execute their plan, obviously. That's part of their strategy. And they're doing a really good job with it, man. They've made it really hard on this Xayah. Definitely not able to roam around or do anything outside of that bottom lane.
And we talked about this before. The gold is still identical. But Don Tyson may have a little bit of advantage there on the kill feed. But ASMSA made sure that they had both Drakes. They set themselves up to fights around the Drake pit. Managed to pick both of those up. So gold is dead even here again. This game can go either direction at any time.
Yeah, I just think it's amazing that they're all able to farm so well and so consistently. It takes so much attention to detail. I said just the level of intelligence it takes to play at this level is unreal.
Yeah, it really is, and that's what people don't understand. People who don't play these type of games just don't know how much effort and time and organization goes into this. And these young student athletes are extremely impressive.
Yeah, it's something you hit on in our last broadcast, pal. You know, sometimes we forget these are just kids because they play like professionals and play so well. And man, here's this Olaf making a difference again.
I mean,
they really need to get him out of this. I don't know if they're going to be able to, though, or not. Man, he's just so strong, and they do shut him down. But, man, talk about making a difference out here and causing another team to have to focus you and deal with you.
And that's what's going to be a problem. And later this game goes on is that Olaf is so hard to kill, and he right there. It was a 3-on-1 there for a while, and he survived so long that in a team fight, it's going to be really hard to deal with.
Yeah, they're going to pull up here to the mid lane and see if they can get something going here. So they once again they were forced to react to the Olaf there. So it even pulled them out of lane, pulled them out of their farming. You know, they had to come answer that call.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And that Vladimir, he's getting stronger too. I don't want to forget about him. He's 5-3-2 as well. Just picked up Zaya right there. But you know, goodness sakes. You know, Silas picks up a double kill. Kog'Maw comes in, gets the kill on him, and with his passive, you're right. It's a slugfest. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, we were down to just the 2 supports left standing there in mid lane.
It's just unbelievable. Neither team is afraid to go in there and battle it out.
No, and this Olaf really knows that he's as confident, man. He just jumped right in on the dragon. But he's going to pay for it. Red team's going to get a steal. They're going to make the Olaf pay for just wading in on that dragon like he did. Nice job by them.
Very, very nice job by them.
Well, we're probably going to see him make it out of this, Pal. I mean, holy cow. What's some play by this Olaf? And, man, that rework is really playing into this game.
That's really impressive. But I will say, I think ASMSA will take that trade. I mean, that gives them 3 Drakes now. That just sets them up for, you know, an easier way of getting to the 4th. And just Olaf, like you said, he got an early jump in the pit, and ASMSA reacted so quickly that they're in the pit and they're on him and able to get the steal.
Yeah, nice job by them for making him pay for that. I mean, I was surprised he went in on it. I guess I shouldn't be because he's just, man, he's full bore everywhere he goes. But, wow,
right.
they were able to capitalize on that. So nice job by them and nice teamwork.
You know, I see that the Olaf now has completed his spirit visage. Got Merc Treads. You know, he is going to be a problem to kill.
Yeah, and this Silas and Vlad going at it down here in this bottom lane, Pal. I mean, wow, that was some impressive one-on-one gameplay right there.
Yeah, both of them to walk out of there with, you know, just a sliver of health. That's
And the Malphite's building pretty tanky up here, Pal. He's got the tank boots, and he's also, looks like he's going to build into some anti-healing there. So that might be some direct answer to Vlad.
Yeah, I agree. At this point in time, I think so. Vlad and Olaf. I believe Olaf will eventually get that as well. It's, you know, the build path on everyone, I'm really liking it. You know, the Silas is now got his boots as well. Got another Oblivion Orb. He's really going to build on those grievous wounds. I like that, especially against Vladimir, because that's really going to help chip away at that Vladimir quickly.
Yeah, and this is just another example of you have to know who you're playing against, what champion you're playing against, their abilities, and you have to know how to counter against them.
Absolutely, and I think this team is prepared for that. You know, I see even the jungler here has picked up some grievous wounds with the Morello, so they're playing it very smartly, both sides.
bit
Something
more
I missed a
farming
little
here.
earlier.
Yeah, they're going to jump on the Olaf again. See if they can't get him shoved out there. Nice job ganging up on the Olaf. They definitely, at this point, you don't want to go in on a 1v1 with Olaf, I don't believe.
No, and those are smart about that. Just chunk him out, push him out of the way, get him out of the lane a little bit, because otherwise he can really cause some pressure. But they're still going to be careful with that Olaf, because there again, he can just jump on a jungle camp and rejuvenate most of his health in one jungle camp. So they're going to really, really play around this Olaf, try to control him best they can in a team fight.
Yeah, we're going to see some grouping up here. I'm waiting to see what they do with this Baron, Wu-Pao. I know they know it's up. I know both teams do. And if they get a chance to jump on that Baron, either one of these teams is going to want to take that buff.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's going to happen fairly soon. I think looks like we have a ward in there. I think ASMSA has a ward in there. I'm checking out the Baron area, but it's going to happen soon. I think if there's a pick anywhere on the map, that'll give one team the advantage to move in on that. And here we go. This could be a pick right here. Oh man, what a great team fight! Great job.
We're going to have the dive right here on the bottom, and he's going to get the stopwatch off. But it's just going to prolong the Silas there. Nice job by Silas. And they're going to get a slow on him. He's going to have to get out. They're forcing him out of the fight. Man, what a fight in the bottom. They're going to get the ignite. And they are going to get the support with that ignite. Nice job.
Yeah, good job by the Ribbon, but you're going to take that trade all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, they lose 3 for 1 support as of right now. This Ribbon, oh man, she was doing some work, just could not pick up the kills. Great job on Silas and Zaya, just surviving right there. Here we go again. Great team fight. They knew that Drake was up. Now they're going to pick it up to give them 4 dragons. I mean, man. This game is crazy.
Yes, it is. And it's still 20-20, and there's still barely a gold lead.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's what's crazy about it is gosh, Don Tyson is doing such good at CS. They're keeping it equal, even though they're 4 dragons behind. The gold lead is insignificant, really. Yeah,
and I think they're going to start trying to clear out, trying to get some vision here and see if they can't get in there and snag that Baron at some point. I know they're going to want to get that advantage if they can.
Yeah, good job on the Zaya right there, getting the crab, get that vision right outside of the Baron right there. You're right. I think that's going to happen. Everyone's back up now, but if there's a pick, it's going to happen.
Yeah, this fight down here with the Silas and Vlad, they've just moved their rumble to the bottom lane. They're still going at it. They just said, hey, let's just take it down here.
Absolutely.
I think Silas might actually get this here. Oh, man, that is so close. Another one, Wu-Pao. I mean, how many times have they went back and forth and took each other down to less than 100 health?
It's incredible. I mean, they're playing it so smart, using their cooldowns perfectly. I mean, Silas can really pump out the damage, which he's good at this. I mean, he'll push out the Vladimir and take that bottom tower. I mean, that's just more pressure on the map.
Yeah, nice job by the Silas there, but nice job by the Vlad by surviving that.
Yeah, and that's very important too. But the Silas now has to be kind of careful because he and the ADC both do have a shutdown now. Well, actually, Malphite does as well. So you know that Don Tyson's looking at that going, okay, we need to set up on a fight on these guys, get that little extra gold.
Yeah, that can make a huge difference there. So they've got to be playing maybe a little bit more careful, but I don't know, Wu-Pao. At this point, I think if you're in it, you know, it's coming out with guns blazing here, obviously, but both of these teams.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And you know something I've missed on here a little bit. Well, I'm gonna shut up. Let's let me get a fight here in the mid lane. No, everybody's grouping up. Something's fixing to happen here, Fooey. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, you got Malphite maybe trying to do a split push up there, but everybody else is jockeying around this middle here. So something big's about to happen.
Absolutely. You know, they're they may have this Malphite coming from behind and doing ult from behind.
And here we go. Ultimate's coming out everywhere. We got a teleport coming in from the Malphite. He's going to try to get down here and get on this action. Nice job by him. And he's going to go right in on the Olaf. Man, he's got him target number 1, I promise you. And man, the Olaf is still going.
Yeah, still alive. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
there's just so much going on. I don't even know what to look at first. I mean, there's just so much going on.
We realized early on you can't call this all play-by-play. There's just so much going on from so many different champions. But for them to go in there, and they targeted Olaf purposely, and he still comes out alive.
Yeah, and what's there's some of these champions that are tanky champions like an Olaf, but they don't do so much damage, and you can kind of somewhat ignore them in team fights. Olaf is not one you can ignore. He's tanky and dishes out some damage, so you have to find some way to deal with him, or else he can take over a team fight.
I said for the Malphite to teleport in there and just single target him with Frostfire and as tanky as he is, and not be able to slow down him enough for them to secure a kill on him, man, that's insane gameplay right there.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it's only going to get worse. I'm sitting here looking at this Olaf. He's finishing up more items to become even more tanky. Looks like he just completed his Thorn Mail, so not only does that give him more health and armor, but now when they attack him, of course, he's going to inflict grievous wounds on them. So it's crazy. It's everywhere.
Yeah, and I believe is that Spirit Visage he has there also, I think, and that just makes him even more tanky, and that's magic resist, and so he's just building for fight longevity and just wearing that shield out. Perfect timing on the shields too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's playing this smart. He's getting good armor, good magic resist. He's trying to kind of be a good combination of both.
Now this Zaya is still farming here, and you notice still has a support right in her back pocket here, and just trying to get more gold, sticking with the game. I like this, and just keeping the middle clogged up.
Yeah, I do too. They recognize early that Zaya is the one they need to play around, and they've got to keep her alive in order to win these team fights.
Nice job. We're just talking about the Zaya, and she just picks up a double kill there. Very, very nice. Nice job by her team there, though, by setting her up for that. If it didn't get the stun on the Vlad there's no way that she gets that kill. So very, very nice job by the teammates there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was well played by the entire team. And you're right. They know they have to be a front for her. And that Zaya gets in the back and gets some damage out, she's going to be able to clean them up in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's going to allow them to get that turret whoop out, and this is going to allow them to jump in on Baron. This is what they've been waiting for. They've been setting up for this for about the last 5-6 minutes.
They have, and I think you're right. That's what they're waiting for. Push that turret in, get the minions into the base where they have to deal with that. Spawn timers are getting higher now. It's going to be an easy Baron.
Yep. Nice job. Very, very, very nice team play. And they're going to come right down here, I think, and just contest this Drake. They're not going to let him have that Elder Dragon.
Oh, absolutely not. I agree. And at this point in the game, they really can't. Don Tyson has got to fight this, whether they're in position for it or not. That they can't let this Elder go that way.
I know Silas is going to come out on the top here in the mid lane against the Vlad once again. I think he's getting enough advantage now that he feels comfortable really going in hard on that.
Absolutely, yeah. He's done a good job of building correctly around that Vladimir.
Yeah, Olaf, we're going to have to watch him here now. He could get a steal on this, especially if he has Smite up. But, man, nice job by the Malphite going in there and interrupting him and pushing him back.
Gosh, it's getting crazy again here, but I mean, there's Zaya is doing some work. Kog'Maw's trying to dish out what he can, but there's no pill for him right now.
And then look at Silas down here is just train wrecking their base while they're up here trying to fight this Wu-Pow. Man, that is 1,000 IQ play right there by Silas.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where I didn't notice it. I'm sure some of their team members didn't notice it. Silas is in there wrecking havoc because the rest of the team is having to deal with everyone else in the Dragon Pit. and they're just going to be able to push right in on this one. There's not a thing Don Tyson can do now.
Man, GG there. Wow, Woo Pow, what a match. We are in for another treat here. Wow, what gameplay.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's one of those deals where that game was dead even the entire way through. I'd say 30 minutes into the game, and then everybody gets fed a little bit. Everybody gets some itemization going on. One big team fight changes. You get the dragon, get the Baron, and then it's snowball from there.
Yeah, and look where the Xayah, even with that much pressure on the Xayah still comes out 11-5-2. That is impressive. A 700 gold bounty left on the table there too. 248 CS. Silas with 275 CS. I mean, wow, that is some impressive numbers. Impressive team play, playing around their strengths and playing to their strengths.
Yeah, and more impressive. The CS numbers are very impressive for sure. But what's also amazing is they still each had 28 and 23 kills. So they're able to CS, they're able to move through the map, they're picking up kills all within 34 minutes. I mean, these teams, it's just incredible, man. I enjoy watching this so much.
Oh, me too. It's a treat. And I want to point out on the other side there, I mean, look at the Lulu stats. 1-1-14, holding against that really, really strong bottom lane there. So Don Tyson, support, looking really good in this match. I said I started out kind of playing support, so I always like to look at the support numbers. So I think they're a little underappreciated a lot of times, and I may be biased in that, Woo Pow, but they really, when you have a really good support that does their job and supports their ADC and protects them, man, it's just total difference in the game sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. Good support. It gives the ADC freedom to kind of, be a little more aggressive sometimes, or be able to rotate. And like you said before, that Xayah, she didn't go anywhere with that Nami not right in her back pocket. So, wherever they went, they were together, and it showed. It showed up and showed out.
Yeah, the Nami there getting 18 assists, and that's just phenomenal too. There was some really nice Nami ults. It's hard for us to call them in real time because everything's going by so fast, but man, really, really nice job there by both teams. Man, I can't wait for this second match, Woo Pow.
That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to the bans now, because there's certain champions that you have to ban for some of these guys, because if you give them their champion of choice, it's going to be super hard to stop them. But goodness, they can pick up champions they don't really play maybe all that much and still do what they did in that last match. I mean, I don't know how you set up for a ban. I really don't.
You really can't, Woo Pow. I mean, at this point in these matches, you're not going to be able to ban them out of being able to do anything. I mean, they're just so good. A lot of these players could probably pick up a champion they've never played before and be successful just because they have so much game knowledge.
Absolutely, they do, and they've got a lot of time invested in this, and then definitely game knowledge comes in here. And this ain't something that just happens. This is these kids put a lot of time, a lot of effort into this, as well as their coaches, and it just shows. I mean, this we talked about this before, like in traditional sports, where you have to think about your opponent and learn how to play offense, defense, whatever, against that person. This is no different. They pick a champion, and you have to know how to counter that champion or what you can do to counteract them.
Yeah, and I'll put you on the spot here a little bit, Woo Pow. I know you coach football, and I played basketball in high school. Chuck, he ran track and played football. What do you see that translates between the two as far as to esports?
That's a good question, and I've talked about this before. I see very little difference between traditional sports such as football and esports. They both require leadership. They both require organization. They both require working as a team. And really, we talked to one of the coaches, I believe it was yesterday, the day before, and he made a good point of learning how to deal with your failures. Well, in anything in life and in sports as well, you're going to fail and you're going to lose, and you've got to take that as an opportunity to go, hey, here's what I did right, but here's what I did wrong, and I have to get better at this in order to make things better for me and for my team.
Yeah, they're going to go right into the draft here, Woo Pow. I thought they might take a little 10-minute breather there after all that action, but I guess they're pumped up and ready to go, and we're going to see the Jin ban again, and guess what? We're not going to let Silas play this game.
That's a really smart ban. I wouldn't want to play against that Silas either.
They're going to take out the Nautilus here too, and the Trundle. And once again, they're not going to let Don Tyson have that Aatrox in the top lane, and that's a very, very, very smart move by them.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I would do the same exact thing. I sure would.
Sharpening my feathers.
This is part of the bans. Okay, there's a Zaya ban that I expected as well. So, some bans that I definitely expected, and some of these, like you said before, some of these characters or some of these heroes, these guys pick them all the time. They play with them so well, like the Nautilus you talked about. He didn't get to play last game, but they don't want to see that Nautilus again.
Yeah, I agree. And that Nautilus, the support is very, very good. Nautilus is very good all around. He's a tanky support, but he also does lots of stuns. He does it slow, and he has the hook. So keeping him out of there and just, the best thing you can hope for is, let's take their support or their ADC, their player, and just get them out of their comfort zone just a little bit. If you can get just a little bit, that's going to translate to a lot in these matches because these kids are so good.
Yes, they are, absolutely. And this Yasuo pick, that's kind of scary. Yasuo is another one of those champions that if he gets fed a little bit, gets a little ahead, he can snowball a game in a hurry. And on the opposite side, the Leona, it looks like we're going for a little more, a little tankier this time.
Yeah, I like the Leona pick though. That's definitely a lockdown pick. That's definitely a very, very good peel support, and matching the Kaisa with that, Wu Pao, that's going to be a nasty bottom lane right there.
Yeah, it really is, and the Diana pick, no surprise there.
No, and the Diana played really well. We talked a lot about the Olaf, but the Diana also played really well and also forced their hand in that bottom lane a few times there that allowed the Zaya to pick up a couple of those kills.
Yeah, absolutely. The Diana, may have got behind early, but never stopped. I mean, came back in the game and was right there in the middle of everything. So, yeah, I agree. The Diana pick is good. Zig's pick, that's another champion that they're fairly comfortable with. And just as I say that, here comes a rumble from Don Tyson.
Yeah. Hey, we've seen the rumble in some of these earlier matches in the playoffs. And I will say I definitely do remember the rumble play because the rumble actually had a really, really awesome Baron steal and was really, really, really hard to deal with in that mid lane. And that's where the rumble played.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't see rumble played very often, but, Don Tyson plays a rumble very well.
Yeah, that's like I said before when we were commentating these. If you see someone make kind of a really off-the-wall pick, maybe just an obscure champion, and they bring him into these high-level matches, you're typically going to see something really impressive.
Absolutely. Okay, Malphite ban, Olaf ban. I can appreciate that.
I think that's smart there, Wu Pao. I mean, you just saw what they did with those champions, so, let's get them out of there. Let's make them have to play something. Don't let them stay in the same rhythm they were in that first game for sure.
Yeah, you got to do something to change this up a little bit. Absolutely. So ASMSA, of course, has a last ban here. Let's see. Okay, so no Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart ban on their part. So top laner is definitely very strong. And so to just go ahead and try to get that Mordekaiser off the table, I think that's a good ban also.
Boy, still looking at team fight. That Jarvan, that can really lock down a champion or two. That ultimate ability can really disrupt and make a team fight that much easier. So I do really like the Jarvan pick. I think that's a good jungle pick.
I like the Jarvan pick too, and I just want to go ahead and throw it out because we saw this in the playoffs also, is watch for the early level 2 Jarvan pick gank going on, because that is where he's really, really strong. And if they do manage to get that, it just takes a couple of those kills to turn the game for them, and that would give them a huge early game advantage.
Absolutely, yeah. And so we see that ASMSA has a complete roster. They are going to stick with that Nami for their support. Be supporting that Ziggs, I'm assuming. So it works so well for Zaya. I think it's a great pick to go back with. Gosh, here we go again, Fui. I'm really liking this. I'm assuming it'll be Gnar against the Darius. Yep. So a top lane will be interesting. I like both jungle picks. Gosh, mid lane's going to be crazy. I'm loving this draft. I really am.
I really do too. I think both teams have set themselves up well. Wu-Pao, we're going to have another guest coach in here on the stream. I'm really excited about this one. Excited about all of them, but especially this guy. I believe he is a super coach. This is going to be Coach Adam Hand from Pocahontas. And we want to get him in here, and I know he was watching this first match. I want to get him in here and kind of get his take on what he saw and what he might do in this next match if he's coaching one of these teams.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome. Great to have you on the show. Great to have you here. Great to have you in esports. I know you have done tons and tons of work cultivating esports in the state of Arkansas, so thank you for that. Did you get to watch this first match here?
I did.
What are your thoughts about it?
Objective control, probably one of the main things. I think that's what helped ASMSA, take the win. Two things. I'll get to the other one in a minute, but first of all, the all-off, he went crazy. You got that early double kill up top lane. That was a close battle, but he came out on top and he was able to babysit bot lane. And that really hurt Genting from just exploding his KDA early too. But I think even though that Olaf was big, he wasn't real tight on objective control, and ASMSA was able to grab every objective. They had all the Drakes. I think they took everything really. Had a turret lead in the beginning. The Silas was able to take down that first turret, and it was it didn't look like it, but it was downhill from there. Number two, I think, was they were going. They took Baron. ASMSA took Baron, and they wanted to come straight down and make sure they were going to take that Elder, or at least not let Don Tyson take Elder, and they did that. But if you watched, Silas was being sneaky. He kind of stayed in the bush and waited. He stopwatched him, and he was able to take down Vlad. And from what I saw, Don Tyson didn't have a handle on him. After he took down Vlad, he went straight up mid lane, and that's how he was able to split push while they were all contesting Drake. So those two things, I think, is what definitely gave them that win.
So if this is your team playing here, first of all, we see the juggernaut, Don Tyson, go down. So I'm kind of surprised with that, but not in a lot of ways because all these teams are so good. I think they could beat each other on any given day. But what would your advice be to Don Tyson here as far as how to approach the second match?
Maybe hug some objectives. I'm not as high caliber player as any of these 10 students, or probably any of their subs right now, most definitely. But I'm telling you, right? I mean, what I would try to do maybe as a team is definitely give vision on these objectives. Try to watch these objectives because with the control they had last game, they're going to be shooting for it this game too. So, I mean, that's what I would look at first. And then, I mean, just keep it the way it was. I mean, try to get that early lead too. That Jarvan, they whipped it out against Buren last game. And, I think that's what helped them take the victory in, that second game.
Well, hey, we're going to get back out on the Rift here. Looks like everything's loading up here. Hey, Coach Adam Hand, we really appreciate you. Appreciate you for what you do for your school and your students and what you do for esports in the state of Arkansas. Thank you for taking your time to come on and give us a little commentary. I know the kids love it. We love it too with the streaming. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'm looking forward to watching this match.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. All right, Fooey, here we go. Game 2. ASMSA
right?
versus Don Tyson. I expect another slugfest here like we got in the first round.
Man, Whoop Out, I'm almost nervous over here. Like, I mean, they've got me just pumped up over here, but I mean, literally, I almost feel like I'm playing the game instead of commentating it. It's just so much action and so action-packed and so much high-level play. Man, I mean, I'm ready to rock and roll over here.
Well, what's bad is they get in these big team fights, and my brain's going faster than my mouth, so I can't even say anything. I'm just watching, and I don't even know what to say. There's so much going on, and it's just incredible. Kudos to these kids. And Coach Hand is 100% right. He's, objective control has got to be a focus for Don Tyson here. They really have to look at this. ASMSA did so good about fighting around Dragon Pit, around Baron, around the Herald, making sure that they warded up and down the river. So he's 100% right. Objective control is really going to play a big part of this game for sure.
And so now they've swapped sides here. So keep me straight, Woo Pal. We're gonna have ASMSA in the blue now.
Yes, sir.
And Don Tyson's going to be in the red. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah, but this is, I don't even know where to watch, honestly. I'm excited to see all these lanes. They're here again. I really think we're going to see this Ziggs Kaiser in the bottom lane kind of sit it out. Try to get an early CS. Excuse me. I want to see them try to get an advantage. I think they may just take it easy. I could be wrong about that. Maybe a little different in the top lane. Nar and Darius, neither one, they don't mind a little bit of fighting. So we may see some interesting stuff up there. The Rumble is really going to be hard to deal with. The Yasuo is going to get pushed out quite a bit, I'm sure. So there's just so much to watch in this match. I'm super excited.
Yeah, and we got Jarvan. I'm going to kind of keep my eye on him on the mini map there because he's heading towards top there. So I'm looking for an early pick on Gnar. He won't have his ultimate yet. I think that makes him kind of a juicy target up there. So if they can get him just to overextend just a little bit, or maybe get the pull in from the Darius, I think that would be a good place to start with a gank.
Yeah, I agree. Jarvan's got a good 1-2 punch. Once they get to level 2, they already have that good combo they can set up for the knock-up. And like you said, Darius hook, they can really lock down that Gnar pretty quickly.
Yeah, and two, something I hadn't talked about before, but I'd almost forgot about. Season 12, they changed jungle quite a bit. It used to be the staple was a 5-camp clear, and then you start looking for a pick. And it's not that way now. You really can't do a 5-camp clear. You basically have to either decide if you're going to try to go for a gank or if you're going to clear your entire jungle. You really don't. It really depends on each game now as far as how you approach your first gank in lane.
Yeah, I agree. The meta has definitely changed quite a bit. And you kind of got to see, of course, what champions of the team is rolling, too. That also makes a difference, whether they're easy to kill or maybe a little more difficult. You may want to wait till you build up some items first. So, but you're right. You kind of got to play it by hand. These junglers have a lot on their plate.
Yeah, and we're just seeing one perspective here, Woo Pal. I want to point out these kids play with open map. They're clicking all over this entire rift the entire time. They're not just watching their lane. They're watching mid lane. They're watching top lane. They're watching what the other team's doing. They're watching what their team's doing. I mean, there's a million things going on in these kids' head when they're playing this game.
Absolutely. Just from outside looking in here, I do not want to be the Yasuo. There's something about a Rumble. I hate playing against a Rumble, especially a good Rumble. And this is going to be so hard to lane against. But the Yasuo's doing great. I mean, here we go again. I talk about this from my perspective, which is terrible gaming. And these young men and women are just, head and shoulders above me, and they play it just so much smarter.
Yeah, but I mean, this starting off game here is totally opposite of what we seen in the first game, Woo Pal. I mean, they're just kind of just content to farm. We don't get the early Jarvan gank that I thought we were going to get, and I mean, they're just kind of content to just farm here for a little bit. And we already got a Drake up, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, you know, I've seen the Jarvan kind of hide in bushes a little bit here and there. He kind of sat in the bush there in the mid lane a little bit, but Yasuo was smart. I think he knew he was there, knew the Rumble was pushing up on him, so they stayed back close to his tower. So I think you're right. Everyone is kind of content right now, but they're playing a little smarter, a little safer this round.
Yeah, we got some level 6s coming here. Yasuo is breaking out his ultimate right off the bat. Nar is going to break his out as soon as he hits level 6 too. So as soon as they're hitting these level 6 power spikes, man, they're trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, this is the time. I mean, that Gnar can really throw out some damage here. But you know, Darius is just a little too close to tower to pick that one up.
Oh, and there you go. Talking about your guy Rumble, and look what he does there. He mops up the Yasuo in the mid lane. Nice job on the Rumble getting the first kill.
Yeah, he hit level 6 at just the right time. So Yasuo had a level advantage and was kind of poking him out a little bit, but stayed just a little bit too long.
Yeah, you know, and he's smart enough there. He knows Yas has already used his ultimate, and he didn't have it, so he knew he could wait in there on him and get away with it.
Absolutely. Okay, so this Leona is really trying to stall it out here. Nice job. Stall it out just long enough for the ADC to get the kill right there. Rumble ults comes in, cleans up the support. Goodness. Jarvan comes down, picks up the Diana. That is a great start for Don Tyson.
Yeah, I was just about to say, man, what a great play in the bottom lane to start out. And nice job by Yas coming down here, and he's going to contest this dragon. He's not going to let them just have it, and he's going to bust out ultimate again, and he's going to mop up that kill on the Jarvan. Nice awareness by the mid laner.
Absolutely. You know, he really needed to make that play. If he doesn't come down and make that play, that's free dragon.
Yeah, and we got the Darius getting the dunk on the Gnar up here in the top lane. He's going to clean him up right underneath tower. Knew he didn't have the ultimate backup yet. And that's something I want to point out. These kids are so smart. When you use their ultimate, they start timing you. So they know you don't have your ultimate back yet. And I guarantee you they know within a couple of seconds of when you do get it back. So that's going to dictate how they fight into you. And if they know that ultimate's not there, then they're going to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. You know, I was kind of worried for the Gnar pick anyways, but, you know, the Darius now has a pretty good CS advantage. He got a plate right there. He's building early building early armor against the Gnar. I really think that Darius is going to be one to watch for sure.
Nice job by Don Tyson getting in there as a team and getting the dragon.
Absolutely. That's good early pick right there. That's what we just talked about with Coach Hand is objectives are going to be so much more important, and I think Don Tyson must have heard that.
Yeah, they definitely turned the focus around on that. They didn't give up on Drake there early, and they have the lead kill or kill lead here, and they also have a little bit of a gold advantage, not much, but that's just from them getting those 4 picks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, a little early advantage right there. And of course, you know, the early picks ain't going to net you near as much gold as later on, but they're still equally as important.
Yeah,
I want to mention real quick before we miss a fight here is the winners of this match, guys, will take on Fort Smith Southside, the Mav Gamers varsity team. that defeated Win, I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. So the winner of this will play them in the finals coming up on May the 7th. So kind of put that on your calendar somewhere, guys, because I promise you that will be one you do not want to miss.
I like how everyone here from Don Tyson has just itemized boots right off the bat. They must have seen something that they wanted to do with movement speed.
Well, I think, last game, I really think mobility was a problem. And I think you're right. I think they really want to make sure they have better map awareness. They have ability to move across the map more to help each other lanes out. And yeah, I think that's a great pick right there.
And two, on the 7th, we're going to try to stream that match. We're already making plans for it. We already have a couple of coaches. Coach Moore is supposed to be on with us for the stream. And Coach April Coates is supposed to be on the stream with us too to talk about her program. So excited to have both of them join us on the 7th.
Absolutely. And while we step away for just a second, here's another huge battle in the mid lane. Goodness, Darius is getting the dunk here. Diana picks up the kill. The Yasuo picked up the rumble. Yasuo's going to get a double kill here, but so does Darius. So,
man, Yas really needed that too. That really helps get him back on board in that mid lane.
Yeah, that's the thing with Yasuo. You know, if that champion can get behind a little bit early and catch up so quick, and once he does catch up, he's going to be scary to deal with.
Yeah, and you see Yas in all elos pretty much. I mean, you see him in low elo, but you see him in high elo play too. He's just a good all-around champion and a nice kit too.
Oh, for sure, you bet. Yeah, the damage mitigation alone is well worth having, and you know, he also, that ultimate is scary. He can produce a lot of damage in a very short period of time.
Yeah, and Rumble's going to come up here and stop his back, and that's going to kind of disrupt him there too. And that's just another smart heads-up play there. You know, come on up, put pressure on your opponent, and don't let them back when they necessarily wanted to. He's going to pull out another ultimate right here, Wu Pao, and he's going to force the Rumble back. So nice job. This Yas is eating up.
I mean, he's got just enough of a lead now that he knows that he's got the Rumble right where he wants him, and the Rumble's going to be in a tough spot. He's going to need some assistance in the mid lane for sure from his jungler.
And this Ziggs down here, I'm keeping my eye on that bottom lane down there, Wu Pao. It was so important in the last match, so I'm keeping my eye out down there, kind of watching the CS down there, and they're still farming away in that bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Ziggs. He kind of needs a little bit of time to get online, but once he does, you know, they're really going to have to watch their towers. The tower pressure that he can put on is pretty substantial.
And they're going to get that Rift Herald there, but Don Tyson's going to make him pay for it, and Darius is just over here dunking away like he's joined the NBA, Wu Pao.
All right, if you got it to use it. I love it.
Man, we got the double ultimates there, Wu Pao. That right there is one for the highlight reel. Did you see that? We had the dunk and then the Yas ultimate and then the dunk right behind it.
Well, you know, goodness, this Darius, he's now 6-0-0 with a 600 gold shutdown. Man, a Fed Darius is another one of those champions that once they get out of hand, goodness, it's going to be hard to deal with.
We have to call him Darius Jordan down here because, man, he is dunking all over the place in this rift, Wu Pao.
Well, and that's what's going to be scary later on. I'm afraid if this Jarvan is anywhere near him and can use his ultimate and catch one or two players out, that dunk is going to come in really handy, and they're going to be able to kill some players really fast.
Yeah, nice gameplay there by Laughing Wizard. Doing a real nice job on the Gnar up here. But doing a nice job roaming, too. I mean, they got the Rift Herald, but he made them pay for it.
Absolutely. You know, he's got a lot of plating from that tower. Tower plating's going to fall soon, but that tower will also fall relatively soon. He's done a good job putting pressure on that top lane.
Hey, man, we've got another brawl down here on Dragon, man. There's so much action, Wu Pao. I mean, we can't even hardly attempt to commentate this.
Yeah, I mean, right there, great job, Diana. That's a really good steal on that Drake. They really needed that, so really, really well played around that pit. Made the Jarvan pay. So, yeah, great fight right there. But ASMSA needed that. They really needed that objective. Otherwise, you know, they would have given 2 Drakes to Don Tyson. So that kind of helps even things up a little bit.
Yes, it does. And we're going to see the Rift Herald come out here, and we'll see if they get this tower. I think Yas is going to get this.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
You know, we talked about yesterday, these kids are so good. You know, I think that got just pushed in. I couldn't see it on camera that I think it hit the tower just before plating fell off. So they were able to get all that extra money as well before the tower falls.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Wu Pao. I think you hit it right before it. And like I said, these kids are so intelligent. Their intelligence level never fails to impress me about how smart they are, about all the timings in the game on top of everything else they're doing and controlling their own character. But they knew that if they could get that Rift Herald off in time, that they would get that bonus gold.
Absolutely, and then they saved it just for that timing too. And that's what you're saying is so crazy. That you know, it's hard enough for me to play the game against another opponent. Like that takes all of my time. I have no idea about cooldowns or what spawned or nothing. And these kids can keep track of all that stuff across the map, and it's extremely impressive.
Nice job by the Yas coming in there and getting the kill. Man, that was very well played. Leona busted out the ultimate there on all 3 of them, so nice job by the support. The support did what they needed to do, but just couldn't quite get the ADC to clear out there. And now Jarvan's going to come in and bust out the ultimate on Diana. And she has tower aggro. Yep, she's going to go down from that. Whoop-out. She had to take about 3 tower hits because she just could not get out of that ultimate.
Yeah, that's the thing. That ultimate can lock somebody down so quickly. We're definitely going to see Don Tyson come in here, bringing the Rumble down here, going to pick up some extra kills. Really good response. I mean, it's still a slugfest. Rumble picks up a double there. Zig's also firing back on him. Goodness.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And the whole time, top lane's going at it too. Darius and Gnar kind of fighting it out. Darius picks up that tower in the top lane. There's just stuff going on everywhere, Fooey. It's everywhere.
I know, and I was just going to say, too, that they've really held the Ziggs in check so far, so nice job by Don Tyson holding I'm Genting, to relatively keeping him quiet down here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, he started out kind of slow a little bit, but, you know, right there in that fight, I believe he picked up a double kill in that fight, and that's going to put him right where he wants to be. That Ziggs, like I said, the farther the game goes along, the more damage that Ziggs is going to do. And, you know, you can never count out I'm Genting. He's always going to be around somewhere.
No, very, very impressive player, but I do like how Don Tyson had changed their strategy to help alleviate part of that, and part of that could have been, you know, just with the draft and the bans, they really focused on that ADC, so... but I believe he may get this tower down here. I'm just talking about them holding him back, and I think he's going to sneak in here and get this because Ziggs is just such a siege monster. Yeah, he does. Nice job. Nice job.
Absolutely. It's that time of the game to where this is going to start being a problem. Ziggs can roam different lanes and push these towers out, and it's going to make it even harder. Here we go in the mid lane. Diana's jumping in. Good pick on the ADC right there.
Yep, very nice, and that's where they're going to start. They're going to start pushing them back here onto their side of the map, and you're right, Wu-Pao. That's going to make the difference there because once you can start applying a little bit of pressure to one lane, and then you know you see it here with 2 lanes now with the top or bottom and mid. That forces your opponent to react to you, and you can start trying to dictate the match to them a little more.
Yeah, you sure can. Now that they have the mid and the bottom pushed out a little bit, that area of the jungle is now virtually unusable. The Jarvan's going to have a tougher time in that part of the jungle there. They're going to have more wards in that area. So, great job by Don Tyson right there.
Yeah, and nice job by the Darius coming down here and doing the split push. And now this is going to force ASMSA to have to react to him.
Yeah, just what we were talking about. We thought the Ziggs was putting pressure on, and here the Darius is doing the exact same thing. He may be going for tier 2 tower in the bottom lane now because he's untouched.
Yeah, and they're going to slow them down here in this mid lane. They just got a 3-on-1 on the Yas, so Yas was trying to react to that and come down, and they did a great job of catching him out.
Oh man, the bottom lane is now pushed out. Both towers picked up by the Darius. That is really, really well done by Don Tyson. That Darius is become scary. It opened up the dragon pit for him. Easy dragon. You got a Drake lead now. Got a decent gold lead. Man, this game is kind of the exact opposite of the one we previously watched.
Yeah, this game is a lot more methodical. There's team fights, but it's really been about lane control and just dictating each other through lane pressure in this match compared to the first match, which was just a complete slugfest.
Absolutely, and right here, oh my goodness, this Jarvan play, that was impressive. Keeping himself alive, he was knocking enemies up. He was doing his thing. He saved himself. I mean, he may not have got a kill in that battle right there, Fooey, but I'm going to give that Jarvan credit for what just happened right there. That was a team kill. This Darius is I mean, goodness, him and the Rumble just mowed him over, but that Jarvan deserved a lot of credit for setting that up.
Yeah, and we've got a full-blown Darius Jordan here, Wu-Pao. He's 9-0 with a 700 gold bounty. He's dunking everywhere, all over the map, tearing down towers. This Darius is out of control.
Well, he was out of control, and now he picked up a Death's Dance. So now, good luck killing him. That's all I can tell you. ASMSA is going to have their hands full with that one champion alone.
Yeah, and he's got the Hull Breaker too, and that really enabled him to do that split push. And just made it that much more effective. So nice build there on the Darius.
Yeah, I think he knew ahead of time that he needed, and when he got fed the first little bit, he knew that Ziggs was going to put pressure on the towers, and he knew, hey, I got to build this Hull Breaker. I've got to provide the same amount of pressure. So you're exactly right. Heads up play by him and their team.
Diana sliding in there on that wave on him. Man, I would have been scared to shoot in front of that Darius right there, whoop out.
Me too.
And here he comes again. Wow, with the Rumble and the Darius both. Wow, nice job there.
Well, and the Rumble also, of course, has boots, of course, but now has rocket belt. So now even the Rumble can close that distance a little bit quicker and get to the enemies.
And then you got the level difference on the Darius there too. I mean, you look at this the ADC down here, and he's level 11. That's their power player, and he can't deal with that level 15 Darius. I promise you.
There's no way. Yeah, I mean the Gnar is three levels behind. There's really nothing we can do at this point. Now there's a Rift Herald down here. They may even be able to get that Rift Herald into the base.
Man, that was close. Almost got that whole tower there. Wow, nice job by Don Tyson turning this match around. I mean, they never were down in this, but, the first match, they did not look like this at all. But this Darius is really bad. I mean, we're talking about across-the-board impressive gameplay. And when you make yourself look the way that he's looked in this match, you're somebody special.
Absolutely, and while that was all going on down the bottom lane, the Rumble and Yasuo were going at it, and the Rumble was able just to, had a good enough lead that he was able to mop up the Yasuo as well and push out that bottom a little bit.
Yeah, I think ASMSA is going to be real careful about taking any one-on-ones again anymore. They came out ahead on those in the beginning of this match, but at this point, I don't think it's going to be very wise of them to take a 1v1 anymore.
Yeah, at this point in time, I just don't think they can. The only lane that's really kind of even still is the bottom lane. The Ziggs and Kai'Sa are kind of head-to-head a little bit. But everywhere else, mid lane, goodness, the Rumble has got the advantage. Top lane, of course, Darius has the advantage. So,
and there's the dunk on the Diana whoop out. He catches Diana out trying to farm and just pulls her in, and he just... That was a two-handed rim shaker right there on that dunk.
And I'll tell you something else. There was fixing to be more dunks going on. But good play by the Nami and Ziggs right there. A good Nami bubble and a good Ziggs. WD kind of push him off, or else he was going to go for some more.
Yeah, you're right. Very nice job by them getting a handle on him, because if they didn't, man, he was coming in, and you're right. There would have been a couple more dunks there, I do believe.
And here we go again. I mean, they're set up. Don Tyson is now set up at the Dragon Pit as soon as it spawned. Coach Hand just mentioned this before. The objective, the way they're looking for the objectives on this game is drastically different than the first match. So really, really well done by Don Tyson.
Yeah, really nice job by them addressing that, knowing that's something that they didn't do very well in the first match, and they've made a conscious effort, I promise you, to control more objectives, and they've been successful.
They really have, and that's this Darius just kind of hanging out their base, just kind of daring somebody to get close to him. He's got that hook ready to bring them in, and like you said, he's ready to dunk again.
Yeah, Gnar does get a tower up here in top finally, so that's going to help a little bit. That'll give them a little bit more breathing room. Looks like we're going to have Jarvan up here poking around on this Baron. I think that's something they're going to look for next. I think the next big fight they have is going to be over Baron.
Yeah, I think so too. And like you said, that Gnar was a good job getting that tower up there. Not to mention the fact that objective bounties are up too, so it gives the team a little more gold. They are down quite a bit. I think the difference right now is, looks like about 8,000. So, objective bounties are very important, and they're going to try to take advantage of that as much as they possibly can.
I don't want to point out too, you got this Nami down here still in Ziggs' back pocket.
Yeah, that's kind of
still stuck
play
there.
that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's just kind of how they like to play that duo. I like that. I don't think Ziggs doesn't have quite the mobility, obviously, as the Zaya does, but still, I think that Ziggs can still do some damage here. He's got Leandres, of course, so that burn damage is going to be kind of nasty if he can get on somebody.
yeah. Don't count them out. This is definitely swinging Don Tyson's way for sure. But I mean, they're one team fight away from turning this completely around. Don't let anybody fool you. Darius still up here applying lane pressure, man. He's just been a complete lane terror this entire time. Very nice gameplay by him. But now you see Ziggs is going to come in here, recognizes that Nara can't deal with it, but man, we're going to get a two-handed shack attack rim shaker there. I'm telling you, he's gone from Jordan to Shaq. That's it. I'm calling it right now. Wow, another dunk.
Absolutely. That's one of those Shaq backboard breakers right there, man.
Yeah. I agree. Man, that was the Shaq attack right there.
But here's the problem. You've got two of them. You've got Darius on one side and Rumble on the bottom coming in, and you can't deal with both of them. They're both fed so much that you just can't deal with both of them on separate sides of the map.
Yeah,
so this is going to be an easy game right here for Don Tyson.
Yeah, they're just going to walk this in, and GG to them, man. What a turnaround! Nice job by them coming back from that first game defeat. And so we're going to get a game 3, and I am pumped about it, Wu Pao. I love this action.
This is what I expected to see and what I wanted to see. The first game was pretty even up until about the 25-30 minute mark. This game here, very intelligently, and not only that, their bands absolutely rolled them.
Yeah, that draft really played into that match, Wu Pao. They were able to just take the ADC from ASMSA and pretty much negate that ADC that did so well in the very first game. I mean, it's still a nice gameplay, but there was no they pretty much shut that ADC down.
Yeah, they did, and I know you probably thought the same thing I did. As soon as I seen that Rumble pick for their mid laner, I was like, this could be a problem. Don Tyson's mid laner plays a very mean Rumble, and it showed right there in that match.
Yeah, nice job by Don Tyson coming back and getting into the match. Just super extraordinary. I can't say it enough. Gameplay by both teams here. I know I talked a lot about the Darius. I can't help it. Just the dunking and stuff like that. And he really did have a phenomenal game. He deserves it. He's definitely their MVP on that side of the rift there. But man, just great gameplay all around. Once again, so proud to say that this is the type of gameplay that is coming out of the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, it really is impressive. I really hope these kids can get some exposure from this. Hopefully, there's some schools around their areas, some colleges and such for some of these kids that may be juniors or even seniors. That this is becoming a big deal. Esports is really becoming mainstream. It deserves to. That's why we kind of started this Varsity Esports Network. Is we want to promote these high school athletes. They are student athletes like any other sport. It takes just as much time and effort and dedication, and they deserve every bit that they get.
Yeah, I think, if you're not one of the, big three, baseball, football, basketball, you're not going to get as much exposure. You're not playing in a live arena with everybody coming to it and it being, Friday night lights and things like that. And that's understandable. I mean, but these kids do. They put in the time, they put in the effort. And I'm never going to quit talking about how smart they are. I mean, you have to be super intelligent to play these games at a high level like they do. And you got two of the best going at it right here in a slugfest. And I'm just so proud that we can be part of it and get to stream it and get to watch it. I mean, this is some action that, this is like next level action here. This is something you'd see in college. And a lot of these kids are going to play in college, and several of them are probably going to pay their way through college with esports scholarships. So congratulations to them. If we can get them out just a little bit more, and someone else gets a look at them, or hey, they can come and watch the video and see what these kids are capable of doing, then that's great, and that's something we should really be pushing and promoting.
Absolutely. I watch these young student athletes play, and like you said, it's super, super impressive. So, excuse me, watching them play, however, makes me want to uninstall the game because I know just how poorly I play this game, and watching them makes it even worse.
Yeah, a bunch of the combos that these kids pull off, and the way that they're able to watch the entire map and to have so much awareness to the gameplay, it's amazing. I mean, if you don't believe us, League of Legends is a free install, so go ahead and install it and play it, and it won't take you, I promise you, but about maybe 3 minutes into the tutorial, and you'll be impressed, because these kids, the way that they play this game, the way that they combo, the moves in the game, the way that they build their champions, the items they equip. No, we haven't even talked about runes, Wu Pal. I mean, there's all that going on behind the scenes that we don't even see. They get to build runes into their champion and customize the way each one of these champions work and how they play.
Yeah, that's a really good point, too. I wish we could see kind of more of their build path, but you're absolutely right. There's so much that goes into the game that we can see, and so much that we can't even see. We talked about in the last match there how, the teams really have to look at the timers, the ultimate timers. They have to look at, like the Drake, the Herald, the Baron. Junglers have to check up with their camps. It's all of it together is just really, really impressive.
Hey, and guess what? We're going to ban a Jhin again. And a Silas. Nice bans there, but that is to be expected.
Absolutely it is. I don't blame them a bit. The Nautilus Trundle ban is going to be here every game these guys play. As well as the Jhin Silas now. I think that's a de facto across the board. They don't have to think about it. That's just a pick it and let's ban and move on to the next one.
Yeah, they're gonna try to ban out I'm Genting again. I promise you, they're not even gonna let him have the Xayah. So nice job by Don Tyson. That's another 1,000 IQ play right there, Wu Pal, of we're not gonna let you play with what you're comfortable with. And they're gonna come right back and say, you know what? We're not gonna allow Shaq back on the Rift again either.
If I'm in their shoes, I am making dang sure that gets banned. But here's what happens. You ban the Darius and you leave the Aatrox open.
I was bad. We're on the same wavelength right there, Wu Pal. I have seen this Aatrox before, and I promise you, it is very, very scary. Letting Laugh Wizard have the Aatrox up top. I mean, you got to let him have something, I guess, but we'll see what happens here with this Aatrox, but he plays a very, very, very solid Aatrox play.
And this is the fun part of the draft right here, because you can only ban so many champions. And just like this Talon pick, Sakura plays a very, very strong Talon in the mid lane. I definitely expect that to be the pick. And there again, here comes the Malphite. I mean, that team fight capability around that Malphite is always going to be there. And plays into an Aatrox very strongly too.
Yeah, I like the Talon pick in the mid. We've seen this one before, and you're right, that Talon play is very excellent, but I also like adding the Malphite to that, because that can either be tanky. You could even go AD, Malphite, and add a bunch of damage in there, along with what CC he brings, so I like both of those picks.
I do too. Very, very strong picks. Leona's always a good pick, always a good support pick. The Kennen. Now, that's one that I don't know that these guys have played much of. I could be wrong on that, though.
Well, we probably haven't seen it, but I bet they have. But the Kennen pick, that was real big in Worlds in this last tournament. And basically, I don't know how they'll play it, but what you do is you build just max damage Kennen, but he's super squishy. And what you do is you can flash in an ultimate, especially on a team fight, and you can pretty much lock down and fry the entire enemy team with Kennen.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Yeah, you're right. Kennen is a very dangerous champion for sure. Uh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Diana bans, Samira ban. No surprises on that one for sure.
No, none at all. I'm not surprised at all. Get the Samira out of there. Samira is very, very good these last few patches, and especially in this season. And they're gonna bring the Ziggs in here. I'm almost kind of surprised by that in a way.
You know, I am too. I really am. I think that's probably it's a comfort pick for Genting. You know, I really thought maybe this match he might go with the Zeri since they didn't ban out the Zeri. But you know, he's a strong Ziggs player for sure. So you know, maybe getting that Darius out of there, and maybe the bottom lane will be a little more open to a Ziggs player.
Yeah, and he could be going a different build on the Ziggs too. I really didn't think about that, but I really thought we'd see something different. But hey, we'll see how this works out, because all you have to do is get a couple of picks on the Ziggs, and you're ahead of the game again.
Okay, that could be why. That Lux pick right there is Lux and Ziggs are going to work extremely well together in that bottom lane.
Yeah, that route into the Ziggs ultimate will be very hard to deal with, but also her E ability and the slow will really work into Ziggs with him being able to just pelt that whole area with his AoE damage.
That's exactly what they'll set up for. Okay, and Ashe. That's a good pick. Also, not one that I really expected down in the bottom lane as an ADC, but a good pick into this bottom lane.
I said they've reworked Ashe here just recently in this last patch. They've dropped the mana cost on her AoE and the slow for her arrows, and they also increased the speed of her ultimate when it travels across the map. So it's made a big difference on Ashe, and I kind of like that pick just for that reason. It's so new. I think a lot of players might be kind of used to the old pacing, and that might throw them off a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely will. You know, here again, a Mundo pick in the jungle. I think that's a good pick for East Phantom. I think that's going to work out really well. And yet again, Kane. I think that's another good choice there. Since Diana got banned out, he's going to go with the Kane.
Man, that's going to give them insane mobility between their mid lane and their jungler Wu Pao because of the Kane Talon picks there.
Absolutely. You know, that, like you said, the Kane and Talon, man, their movement ability, jump over walls, go through walls, whatever it takes, they're going to be able to jump on these guys quickly. So they're going to have to watch out for that for sure.
Yeah, that's going to play in huge, I think, to mopping up the end of team fights maybe, and, you know, someone trying to retreat with, you know, 100 health or somewhere around there. You know, they're not going to be able to get out of that, because between those two champions, if they're still up and alive, they'll run you down.
You know, I like this draft. You know, for the red, we'll go back to ASMSA. Will be on the red. Don Tyson will be on the blue. You know, for ASMSA, they've got some damage here. They've got Kane, Talon, Ziggs, Lux. You know, they're going to be able to throw out a lot of damage for sure. And on the other side, you've got Mundo and Aatrox and Leona. You know, Kennen has the ability to move super fast across the map. They've got Ashe that can lock them down. I don't know, man. I think this can go either way.
But it's kind of like super damage into semi-tanky, but we still have a lot of movement speed. You know, Leona definitely locked down on these other champions if she can get in there and get a peel on them, or even get her ultimate on them for the stuns. Man, I think it's real evenly matched. I mean, you got Malphite kind of counters that a little bit, and he can bring in his AoE stun. I'm really going to keep my eye on this Aatrox, though, Wu Pao. I'm telling you, I've seen it before. If this Aatrox gets up here and can just force the issue on the Malphite, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, that's the thing in this game. We do have a few people that's actually getting down some picks that they're actually comfortable with. You know, the support for ASMSA, you know, that they're comfortable with Lux. They're a really good Lux player. The mid laners are really good with Talon. You know, I think the top lane is going to be a slugfest too. I really think. I think that Malphite and Aatrox are just going to be cool with duking it out probably most of the entire game.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I want to keep an eye peeled on the mini map up there, but this is going to be another game I'm sure there's gonna be so much action. It's gonna be hard for us to even attempt to keep up with all of it, especially with objectives going on too. I said both these teams, congratulations to both of them for making it this far in the playoffs. It's really exciting to watch them. Exciting to watch the whole playoff picture in esports and across all the titles too. I know we've just been doing League here. We would like to do some Rocket League also. A little bit harder with the Nintendo titles, especially trying to do something like that remotely. But congratulations to both of these teams for making it to this point in their season. You know, that's something that they all should really be proud of.
Yeah, they really should. You know, there's a bracket somewhere. I think I looked at it on PlayVS, and there's so many good teams out there. And kudos, like you said, to these guys for making it this far. You don't get here by chance, Fooey. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and you know, heads up to these guys. This comes down to the wire right here, though. This is the match to take them into the finals.
And hey, for ASMSA to be in here, slugging it out with Don Tyson, you know, is pretty much the Titan right now of the short life of esports, relatively speaking. And for their coach to say that he's only, you know, been there for a year in the program, I'm going to go ahead and say you better watch out for that program, because it's impressive that they're able to come up here and play at this high of a level that quickly.
Yeah, I think what that really says for the student athletes is, you know, and you know, the coaches also put in a lot of time. There's no doubt about it. But you know, to change coaches that much and still be able to have this much success as a team, you know good and well there's a player or two out there that's really keeping these guys moving forward, keeping them on the same page, and it really shows.
Yeah, and once again, I want to point out a lot of the coaches we've talked to, you know, have talked about their senior players, their older players, their more experienced players training their younger players. And so that's how you get your program to this point, is by having your kids, you know, help each other, be good teammates, you know, put the time in to help them. So, you know, they would rather just go, you know, play on their own or play with their team or their buddies online. But they choose to put in the time to train in these other student athletes how to play, and that's a huge shout out to them. Also want to point out too, I did it last time, but man, when they come out of their base there, as soon as the wall drops, you're going to see these teams are going to be right out on the rift immediately, trying to see if they can get any kind of advantage on the other team.
Yeah, I love it too. You know, they're playing for that you know, pick potential. You know, somebody overextends just a little too much, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, and this is super high stakes here, Woo Pal. I mean, you know, how would you feel playing in this match? I know if it was me, man, I'd probably have to have a towel to mop up all the sweat, because, man, it doesn't get any higher stakes than this right here. Whoever wins this is going to go to the final.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, I would bet a whole lot on the mouse. I'd be sweating so much too. So, you know, these kids, they work so hard, they do so well under pressure. This is going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out.
Hey, we got the Kennen in the mid lane. I thought that was going to be a top lane. I got a little off track there, Woo Pal. So this is something a little bit different, seeing Kennen in the mid lane.
Yeah, I kind of thought he'd be mid lane, and I think that'll be okay against the Talon. He has enough mobility to kind of get away from Talon's abilities a little bit. So mid lane should be fun to watch. We already talked about top lane. I really think that Aatrox and Malphite are going to duke it out a little bit. And we may see a game just like it was last game. We may see a little slower pace here. Everybody may be comfortable with just farming it up a little bit, getting some CS, and then working around a good team fight once everybody reaches level 6.
Well, if I'm ASMSA, I'm wanting another brawl. And I think if I'm Don Tyson, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm content for us to just slow the pace down a little bit here.
Yeah, that's very true. It does seem to be two completely different play styles for the most part. And we saw that. I mean, two games we've watched them so far, we've had the pleasure to commentate. They've been completely different. And you're exactly right. I think that's going to be the everybody has their plan here, what they're going to do, and we're going to see how it unfolds.
And Aatrox going in immediately on the Malphite. Nice job there. Gets him down, force him to use a healing potion.
Yeah, and that's the idea early game is just try to get all the potions out of them, try to push them up under tower, and get that pressure in the lane early.
Oh no, and we're gonna have a pause right here, Wupao. Looks like somebody may have disconnected there on that end. I'm not sure, but I think that's what's happening.
Okay, yeah, maybe some kind of technical issues. And that's the joy of technology. Oh, there we go. Quick pause.
There we go. Yep, and we're right back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. I think it looks like we're gonna have another little blip here too.
For those watching, we're not sure what's going on at this point.
Yeah, we have no way of knowing. We're not there. We're not live on site. We are broadcasting from off-site location. So we did have a game pause in one of the other games that we streamed. I think against Southside, and so I don't know exactly what's going on there, but looks like we're back to the action on the Rift again, though.
Absolutely. And we seen Kane. He come up there a little bit to kind of help his Malphite out a little bit, kind of put a little
Here
pressure
comes the
on.
gank right here, Wupao, and they may end up getting this. I don't know. Oh man, the Aatrox is going to end up getting the Malphite on the gank, and then he's going to go ahead and force the jungler out of there. Man, he's just saying, you know what, this top lane's mine. Get out.
Yep, that's the thing about an Aatrox is that right there. Their kill potential is just so high, and you know this Kane is going to hang around though, try to make him pay.
And
that might be a mistake.
Yeah, it is a mistake because Aatrox is going to end up getting him too. Nice gameplay on the Aatrox there.
I'm telling you right now, this top laner, Laugh Wizard, man alive.
Hey, the top laner that plays for let's see, who's already in the final?
Southside.
They have a very strong top laner too, Wupao.
Oh, I know, man. I'm already looking forward to May 7th, buddy. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too. I'm like, if that does happen, I promise you, I think we can just keep there's 3 early kills right there, Wupao. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I told you this Aatrox is insane.
And right there, he had a sliver of health, but used his abilities, used his ultimate at the perfect timing to pick up another kill on the Malphite. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, if that was to come to fruition and we see both of those top laners go at it, you probably could just leave the camera in the top lane and
yeah,
and
that's true.
It would be worth broadcasting just top lane action. That nice job by the Mundo coming in here. He's gonna force them back out, and they're gonna get the jungler there, and they're gonna get the double kill. Nice job by Don Tyson, and they're once again they're on the Ziggs. They're gonna force him out, and they're gonna get in the Ziggs too. Nice job.
That's just really good play. Good job on the Ashe to go ahead. You know, the Mundo stayed around the tower just long enough to take the aggro from the tower, let that Ashe push up a little bit and get that kill. They're playing so heads up right now. Don Tyson has made such a comeback.
Yeah, that's excellent gameplay. And then here we go with Aatrox is just forcing Malphite under that tower.
I mean, he has an early 2-level lead already. That's man, that's scary.
Mundo's going to try to pick up a solo Drake down here, and I think he does. Well, nice job by the Mundo getting that at level 5.
Yeah, that's really smart play right there. That's just, you know, that's one thing a Mundo can do. He's only level 6 yet. Once he gets level 6, he can do those things even easier. But that Mundo can just kind of sneak in the pit, and Kane was out of position a little bit and made him pay for it.
Kane's trying to get a gank in here in the mid lane, and that's just not going to go anywhere. The Kennen just too aware of what was going on there, dodged the skill shot. So nice job by the Kennen.
That's what I was saying earlier. You know, that Kennen's movement ability is just so strong. If he plays, you know, around his tower, around his minions like he has been, he's going to be very hard to kill.
And you see these kids just like the Mundo down here jungling with the sliver of health, but they know how to use their smite. They know how much health they're going to pick up off these jungle monsters, and that allows them to stay in the game instead of having to back. And that's just another 1,000 IQ play by these kids.
Absolutely, yeah, very, very, very important. That they know their timings, they know their abilities, they know the threshold they can push into, and it's just so makes it that much more fun to watch.
I said, you talked about it too. You know, we have problems keeping up with a 5-minute timer on the Drake, much less anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, something else that's up. The Herald's up now. I'm expecting probably a fight fairly soon around the Herald pit.
You know, Aatrox is up here clearing up some jungle. I would not be one bit surprised if Aatrox doesn't just walk down there and wade right in on that Herald solo.
It's very possible. You know, I did see ASMSA did ping a little bit, so they're kind of watching the pit a little bit. But, you know, I'm not sure what they can do about it at this point in time. But here, Aatrox. Goodness.
Yeah, another shove, and Malphite uses his ultimate, and so now Aatrox knows he has the advantage on that too, and so he's just going to keep on pushing the issue up there.
Yeah, he's just going to keep pushing into that tower. You know, it's only at the 9-minute mark, so the plating's still available. He may try to push up and get some plating here too, because Malphite used his TP earlier, so it's going to be down. I think Aatrox knows that, obviously. So yeah, he's going to pick up some extra gold here.
Yeah,
he may actually get 2 plates on this tower.
Yeah, I think he is. And you know, this is another 1,000 IQ play here, but you know, if you know you have someone who's really strong in lane, or you play against someone and you realize after the first match, you know what, this is where our advantage is, this is what we're going to play around, and you choose to do that, then you can dictate the game just solely based on that, because they're content to just let their bottom lane just play toe-to-toe and farm, and let their top laner just wreak havoc. And they're, again, you see Kane up here, he's having to react to it. Now we got the Rift Herald coming out. So, I mean, this top laner applying so much pressure is forcing them to just have to play a reaction game to what he does.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, like you said, that allowed them to just put pressure on the rest of the map. That Aatrox is requiring more than one champion to come to deal with him, and it allows that Mundo to really help his bottom lane and his mid lane here to push out more.
And nice job by the jungler there, picking up a kill on the enemy Mundo, but they're going to turn right around and make him pay for it, and then Kennan's going to come right in here and take advantage of the minions at the tower, and he's going to be able to polish that off too, so
yeah,
nice job by Don Tyson there.
Absolutely. You know, you want to try to punish best you can, and that's the thing right there. Yeah, you may have picked up the Mundo, which is a good pickup for sure, but then you lose 2 in the process.
Yeah, at this point, Wu-Pao, even this early in the match, I'm just going to go ahead and say they can't afford to keep trading. It's going to have to be a better trade, or they're just going to have to back out of it.
Oh, there's no doubt, and they just keep pushing all these lanes in different ways. The Leona here, however, may be caught out a little bit. Well, I say that.
Yeah, she's going to make it back because Mundo's going to come up here too, and he's going to make sure that she makes it out okay.
Gosh, they do so well at peeling for each other and making sure that people get out of there. It's unreal. So in the top lane, I mean, look at this. This Aatrox is he's having his way. He's free farming up there underneath enemy tower.
We're going to have us a little mini team fight down here in the bottom lane. Mundo's going to come in here. Bad, nice job by the Ashe, picking up a kill on the Lux there, and then Mundo's going to go ahead and get Kane, and he's going to get Ziggs too. Man, this is a devastating start right here, and look at the gold difference already there too, Wu-Pao.
Oh man, yeah, it's spiraling out of control in a hurry. You know, let's look at the across the board here. You know, get the Aatrox is 3-0, the jungler's now 2-1, 4-0 mid lane, a 4-0 ADC. Leona's doing her work with 5 assists. I mean, I'm not sure what the answer is.
Well, I can tell you that Aatrox already has his mythic, and he's got Gore Drinker on top of all the other passive healing he has to go along with his kill lead. So he's about to start snowballing.
He really is. You know, when he picked up cooldown boots, which I think is a good pickup on him because he's going to want to spam, especially that Q ability that just puts out so much damage. You know, and we just missed it there too. Mundo, I think did he solo another Drake by himself?
Yes, I think he did. Yeah, I was so locked into their lanes, I wasn't even watching Wu Pao. I'm guilty. I'm not overseeing the entire rift like I should.
No, I understand. I really think he snuck in that pit again and picked it up by himself. You know, that's what a Mundo can do. You know, the Kane has kill potential, but this Mundo has kill potential and has a hard time dying. So, I don't know. It seems like every time I look at the map and I see that there's where ASMSA may have the advantage, well, here Don Tyson's got somebody hidden in a bush or somewhere that's just close enough to get there in time to help pick up the kill.
Yeah, they really have, man. They have come out just going... man, they're just going crazy on the Rift. I mean, wow, they're really showing out.
Yeah,
I believe that's what we would call full ham. Hey, guys.
Hey, Chuck.
Shadows here with us now. Good deal. But you know, like right there, that Leona, good timing on that, allowed Kennen to pick up another easy kill in the mid lane. And that's set up by your support. Now, this support is a little different this time. She's able to kind of leave that Ashe by herself in the bottom lane because Ashe is, you know, has, like you said before, has so much slow potential. And after her rework, she can really spam those wave of arrows and just keep you slowed forever. And has potential to get away and allows that Leona to kind of move from lane to lane. This Aatrox, goodness.
Yeah, nice shutdown on the Aatrox, though.
Yeah.
Lux, the support in there, getting a really good ultimate in on the Aatrox. Aatrox almost just chased down Kane there, and I'm surprised by that. I mean, to think that you can chase down Kane is... with Aatrox, I mean, wow, but he just almost does it there. He shoves him out of his own jungle and forces him out under his tower. He does go down there, but man, that's still impressive.
Well, he does go down, and at the same time, while they're having to deal with him with 3 players in the mid lane, Ashe can clean up the bottom lane, gets a tower, can push that out. And at the same time, he has enough money to go back and fully buy a hull breaker. So... Or I'm sorry, he didn't buy. I thought Aatrox purchased a hull breaker there. He may have changed it up a little bit.
Nice push out here from the bottom line. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get. Yeah, they are. Nice ultimate there by the Lux getting the Leona, getting her rooted there. But then you know Aatrox is going to come back and just wreak havoc on top lane again.
Goodness.
They're calling for this Rift Herald here, so if they can get that, man, they're already into second turret. So
yeah, with the kills they have, there's nobody to contest the Rift Herald at all. There's no one available to even put up a fight.
This is a little different game than I watched in the first game.
Yeah, these last two have been completely different. I don't even know. It's just been like night and day difference. Don Tyson has made some adjustments that were definitely needed, and it's paying off tremendously.
Yeah, that's systematically taking apart your teams, what it looks like, and Don Tyson's very good at that.
And they're going to try to group up on this Aatrox up here, man. They're bringing the whole house on him.
They are, but I mean, they're here again. You know, even if they do kill him, this Ashe has got free. She's free in the bottom lane, and Mundo and Kennen are free in the mid lane to push out.
Yeah, and they're going to lose a tower over getting that kill, but I think that might have been a little bit of you know what? We're all going to come get you. Like, we're just going to come get you because that's what we're going to do. I think that might have been a little bit of a frustration fight there, Wu Pao, because I mean, that just seemed like you know, we're going to bring the whole house on you, and we're going to get you down and get that shutdown out of you. Just because we can as a team.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the little things in life that make it worth living.
But you know, it's one of those things where I do agree with that. But was it worth it? You know,
No,
that's the thing.
absolutely not.
You know, now you have 2 full lanes that are pushed into your base, and you know you have 1 kill to show for it, and he didn't even have a shutdown at the time. So that's a fight that Don Tyson is willing to go. You know what? I'll die. That's fine. I'll take all your attention.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not saying that was the play to make there. I think that was a frustration play. I really do. I think that was you know, we got to get up here and get this guy just to prove we can. And,
Absolutely.
You know, and they gave up too much for it. I agree 100%. Was definitely not worth the trade-off. But, you know, from a mental standpoint and gameplay mentality, maybe they needed that.
True. That may be the case. That's true. But, you know, here again, this Mundo has got free reign. He picks up the 3rd Drake of the match, you know, by himself. He's just uncontested in the Drake pit.
Yeah, and part of that is this Canes had to focus so much attention on trying to help other lanes that he's not been able to farm. He's got behind. He can't babysit a Dragon down there. He's not even really been able to get Vision down there because he's had to focus so much on trying to help alleviate pressure in these other lanes.
Yeah, he really has. And you just mentioned Vision. You know, I think ASMSA just did a good job there of clearing some wards, you know, getting their jungle back a little bit, placing some wards of their own. So that'll help them set up for a team fight in the future. And as we said, that pick on Ashe is a good one.
Yes, it is.
And they're going to chase for some more. They're not done with that.
Aatrox going to come in here on the Ziggs. Ziggs is in trouble definitely with Aatrox on him. He's got the ultimate out. He's going to get a double kill there. They're going to pick up another kill on it, and he's going to get the ultimate out of Kane, but there's no way that ultimate's going to take down Aatrox at this point. And bad. He is... Whoop out. He's out of control.
I mean, right there, Fooey, that was 1v4. 1v4. Kennen, of course, comes there in the end, but I'm not so sure that Aatrox could have handled the whole team by himself right there. When he's in the middle of his ultimate, it's oh man, there's the ace.
Yeah, we talked about this before. You know, they banned it out in the first 2 games, and now we know why. I already had seen this Aatrox in action before, and he's not disappointed me one single bit in me talking about how good that Aatrox play was. Now we're seeing it here, and you see why that is a feared champion to be played on this Don Tyson team.
Absolutely, you know, and what's sad is you can't really counter him because now you have the Kennen, who has a rocket belt, who now has Rabadons, so his damage just went through the roof. You know, you can't counter armor and magic at the same time.
Yeah,
at least not in this stage of the game.
No, and that's a good point right there too, because you got 2 totally different types of damage getting pumped out there. They know Kennen has a 700 gold shutdown. They know Aatrox has a 500 gold shutdown. But it's just, can they do anything about it? And if they do, is it even worth it?
Right. And here we go with the top lane. Looks like we're going to get maybe another fight in the top lane. They're really wanting this tower. Kane's going to come in, but oh boy. We got some more rotations coming in too.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we got a rotation. We got an ultimate coming out here from the Aatrox. And man, he's just going to bail right in on the tower. He doesn't even care. I mean, he has so much healing. He literally bails in on the tower. Nice ultimate there by the Lux. Not going to be enough to take anybody down, but did get hits on 2 champions with that ultimate. And bad. This Aatrox was the Shack attack in the second match. I don't know what... These aren't dunks, Wu Pao, but, you know, Aatrox does jump up in the air. I don't even know what we would call that, but, man, he is impressive. He's definitely a next-level player.
Absolutely. You know, there's no fear of towers. He'll dive on anybody any given time, and there's not a thing they can do about it. You know, now here looks like we may have 2 inhibitors going down the base now.
Yeah, he's so fed now. He does, especially when he has his ultimate. I think he would jump on the entire ASMSA team right now. And we're going to see it right here. He's going in. He's got the ultimate. Man, if they cannot stun him and lock him down, he will destroy. And he is.
He is.
Wow.
Absolutely.
He's just too fed, Wu Pao. I mean, they are going to shut him down right there with the Lux. Nice job by Lux, but I think it's going to be too little, too late. But man, he is just way too fed, way too far ahead.
Absolutely, you know, and now that they're, you know, they have super minions in their base now. It's like you said, it's too little, too late. I'm afraid.
Yeah, it does look like it's lights out, and I'm just going to ask y'all because y'all have watched this, and I know we've watched a bunch. We watched the Bryant lose to ASMSA, and I didn't figure that ASMSA would have had this much trouble with Don Tyson, especially not here in the third game. But you know, looking at what's coming up with Southside playing Don Tyson, what are you looking to see in that game?
It works. That's the one word I can think of is I see. You know, Foo touched on it earlier. Each team has got great players across the board for sure, but their two top laners are going to be something to watch.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment there. We've watched both these top laners play from both teams, and to see Laugh Wizard, I can't remember the name of their top laner, but I'm sure I'll remember it after this finals match. Go toe-to-toe in that top lane because both of those top laners are very strong. But now Southside's strong across the board, so is Don Tyson. But that jungler, I believe, from Southside that we watched, Blue Pal, the one that played the Malphite, I believe that's right. I want to see that matchup too because now they have very, very strong jungle and very strong top. And they're strong across the board, don't get me wrong, but those are the two that I want to see that top lane slobber knocker up there because they both like playing tanks. And I want to see that jungle, you know, let's see who owns the jungle in this finals on the 7th.
We got somebody from the south side in the chat, and they're saying they're ready. I don't know how confident I feel after watching this game, but they seem to be ready for it.
Hey, I've watched Southside play it, so they have every right to be confident. They have a very nice solid team. That ASMSA has a very, very good and solid team. Don Tyson has a good team. I really think if you put these teams together and said, you know what, you're going to play best of 20 series, I mean, I think a lot of these teams would come out dead even because they're just that good, and the draft plays so much into it, and they can cope so well with any situation they're given. And I think they're going to mop this up here, guys. But
But on the 7th, you think it's anybody's game. I agree with you. Just from what I've seen, Don Tyson, you know, they've won a lot of state champions, but I don't think it's unsurmountable for Southside to come in and show them who's boss.
no, I believe Southside has like 4 platinum plus level players. I believe that's right. I could be wrong there. Like I said I'm not really good with names as far as that goes. You guys know that, so that's why I chose
That was a
to
fantastic
keep me
series.
straight.
I'm just going
But
to tell you right now, guys.
Yeah.
You know, ASMSA come out ahead on that first match of this series here, and really looked like they were just going to roll through, possibly.
Thought so.
Through,
Yes,
through
I
two
agree.
games. But man, Don Tyson made some great choices. Made some couple of good drafts. Really counted the other team well, and just overall just outplayed.
Yeah, I was able to watch most of the first to the second match, and Don Tyson really surprised me with some of the draft picks and how they. But when I got home, I did not expect to see what I saw happening on the Rift. That's for sure.
hey, I want to give a shout out to ASMSA and their coach Chris Martinez for coming on the stream with us and talking with us, and two, we didn't know until we talked to him that this is his first year in this program. So for him to be able to have that level of talent and cultivate it, now the program was already there, but he said he came in and did a lot of changes, completely changed the program, and for him to be going toe-to-toe with the Tyson school, Don Tyson, the juggernaut, we better watch out for ASMSA in the future, Chuck, because their future looks bright, and they are a very, very good, solid team.
Yeah, and who was it? Was it I can't remember. We watched so many good games. Was it Bryant that said that they didn't have any seniors going on?
Yes, that was Coach Moore, and he had no seniors on the team there. Most of his players were juniors and I believe sophomores. So
these top 8 teams.
Yeah, that's another team. Watch out because those kids are just going to keep getting better and better and better, and they're just going to keep elevating the level of play in the state of Arkansas.
Absolutely, yeah. It's incredible. Like I said before, it's a pleasure to watch these student athletes play. Have the ability and the chance to be able to commentate their matches. I wish my mouth could keep up with my brain and I could spit out what I'm really wanting to say, but I get to watching these kids and their movements, and I just can't keep up.
Yeah, mine's definitely that way. That is great job, kids.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to Coach Adam Hand for coming on the stream with us also. Talk to us.
Yes.
And, you know, he really hit the nail on the head with what he said he would tell his team. You know, I think he was trying to be a little humble there. You know, maybe trying to be sneaky a little bit as far as, you know, trying to play off that he doesn't know as much about league as a lot of these kids. I'm just saying, you know, he said objectives, and that's really what it was. So nice job and nice call by Coach Adam Hand there, pointing out that, you know, that's what he would tell his team that they need to correct for that second match. And, man, Don Tyson did. They may have been listening to him at some point because, man, that's what they did.
Yeah, I hated that I missed Coach Hand there. One, he works there at Pocahontas, my former alma mater, and two, like you told me that he played Tristana as ADC, and that just really set me over the limit. I love a good Tristana player.
Well, we're gonna. I guess we're gonna end the stream here, but now they will be playing the final on the 7th, and we already have Coach Moore and Coach April Coates lined up to be on the program on that day. I believe the game starts at 4:00. We'll put some more stuff out there and make sure and put it all out on social media for sure. But I believe that's right. If I'm not, someone can correct me in the chat or let us know. But we will be streaming that match and we will be commentating it. And guys, I can't wait. I mean, I can't
really
wait for the match. I can't believe
it.
we actually got 3 matches out of this. You know, I was thinking, you know, we may not go to get more than 2 matches. You know, it could be over in 2. I knew it was going to be real tight, but man, I'm super, super stoked that we got 3 matches out of this and just some awesome, awesome gameplay.
Absolutely.
Sab sure is. I'm not sure how to say that. 77.
Going to be a banger.
Yeah. He says it's going to be a banger, and you know what? I guarantee it's going to be. It is going to be something to watch.
Absolutely. And, you know, before we jump off here, I want to tell everybody, you know, they see the VESN, and that's Varsity Esports Network or Varsity Esports News. We kind of go both directions here. Our main goal is to really provide a platform for these high school student athletes that are in esports. Not just League of Legends. We're talking Rocket League, Smash Brothers, and hopefully more in the future as we get kind of built up here. But these student athletes deserve recognition. They deserve to be seen. They deserve our time and attention, as well as the coaches. So our platform really is built around that. It's built for that. So be looking forward to it. We're going to have our website up soon. We'll have some social media platforms. You'll be able to check in with we'll be able to communicate better with times and when we're going to be doing things and broadcast and so on and so forth. So we really appreciate everyone hanging with us, watching the stream, and congratulations to everybody. May 7th is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, we've been talking about this VSN between us 3 coaches for almost a year now, and just about how we would do it, how we would handle it. And we were kind of waiting around in the weeds, and then this came up, and there's an opportunity. We wasn't going to have a live state finals, and, you know, we really was watching all these games because me, Fui, and Wu Pao, or Curtis and Michael and myself, we were watching these games anyways and talking about it between ourselves in Discord, and we was like, you know, we could really bring this to everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys and the work that you've put into it. There's been a ton going on kind of behind the scenes and us all just getting ideas together. But I really appreciate Chuck. I really appreciate Pruitt helping with this. There's no way I could do something like this on my own. It wasn't just my idea. It was all 3 of us, you know, talking about this and saying, hey, these, you know, we need to do something to support these kids and put them out there. There's too much scholarship money out there. You know, let's get them some recognition. let's do something for them, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I couldn't be prouder to be doing this. And I'm super excited about the future of esports in the state of Arkansas.
Absolutely.
Let's go esports. Thank y'all for watching today.